Hi, I'm Bryan, and welcome to my podcast. If you're looking for something to listen to or something to keep you company, you've come to the right place. Let's talk about anything and everything under the sun here on How to Be Bryan. Hi there, listeners. This is your homeboy Bryan, and welcome to How to Be Bryan, the podcast. This is the reflections and musings of a young adult on a pursuit to educate and live purposefully. If you're listening to the show for the very first time, then please do not forget to subscribe. But if you are an old subscriber or follower, then welcome. We meet again. This episode is a continuation of the previous one. If you haven't listened to the first part yet, the link to that episode is on the description box. But if you have, then please keep on listening. Is Groovy B. So it's at GR3OsVYBEE. And it says, my favorite people are those that partied way too hard at like 18 to 22 and are now pretty much sober in their mid-20s. Wow, what sweet. It just hit me. Although I'm not yet in 20s, but I think I still belong to this age bracket. So this is something that I can share or I can dish out on the podcast, but so I started partying and going to the bar when I was 16 years old. I think, entered time. Did me about going to the bar, saying that you are a minor. Technically, you aren't allowed to do those things, to smoke and drink and have fun and dance and party. But something about it being technically illegal, not allowed, makes you want to in it. And fine for a couple of years, I think I partied hard and fell out of my teenage years, but there came a point in life where I had to rethink my priorities. And I think it was during the 2017 or 2018 when I stopped that lifestyle. One, because it is not healthy physical for the body to be drinking regularly and at that rate and at that age. It's not healthy for me, and at the same time it's also not fulfilling. I can feel it in myself that I'm actually looking for something, just having fun. And I reached a point when I had to stop hanging out with set of friends because with school. And join them, I had realization that it's actually pretty much the same things. So you go to the bar, you drink the same drinks, you do the same things, you do the same things, and I thought, oh, it's not adding quality to my life anymore. I think it wouldn't hurt me if I stopped going out with this set of friends. If I stopped hanging out with this set of people, and so I did. When I completely stopped drinking, but you have to shake it off sometimes. You have to loosen up a bit. And the times when I would go to the bar and have drinks pertains to pretty much sober. So if you're asking, am I pretty much sober at this point? The answer is partly no, partly yes. I would say Switzerland, because my present self with my past self, I think I'm pretty much sober. Just a disclaimer to all of you who are listening, when I said that sometimes you have to shake it off a bit or loosen up a bit, I'm not encouraging you to go to the bar and have drinks. There are other ways for you to have fun and chill out without alcohol. So if you are aware of the term clean fun, then that is what I'm talking about. If you don't drink or you choose not to drink, then there are other ways for you to have fun. The first one is for you to take a road trip. I think it's a very good way of spending time with your friends while you're blasting music in the car and discovering new places. Another way for you to have fun without alcohol is for you to spend some time outside and you can participate in outdoor activities. Something that I can also suggest to you is for you to work out. If you want to stay in shape and improve your stamina, then working out would be a fun stress reliever for you. For homebodies and the titos and the titas out there, you may choose to watch a movie or binge watch a series. It's a good way of de-stressing after a very long day. Or if you're really tired and exhausted, another thing that you can do is to sleep and take a rest. Sleeping is a good way of self-care, and having enough sleep will surely help you improve your physical health. So there you have it. Those are just some ways for you to have fun without alcohol. Tweet, it's by at Divergent. It's at DAYBERGENT. And it says, na-realize ko lang member ng Homebodies FB group na sobrang environmentally harmful ng mga home practices and consumption ng mga middle upper mid-class families. Nakakasuklam actually how they drive demand for efficient house stuff na unsustainable naman. If you guys are members of the Homebodies FB group, but I hope you don't get offended with what I say. But with the recent regarding the Irish Spring soap, so if you guys don't know, I'm actually a regular user of Irish Spring soap. I think I started using it when I entered college. And I must say that it has become a top, but I think it was sold out on almost all major grocery. And I think the reason why is because of the hype brought about by the Homebodies FB group. I don't know the Irish Spring soaps. I think they put it in their, but that's just not it, guys. It's meant to be used when you're taking a shower. So if you guys are looking for something to use as air fresheners, I think you'd have to use an actual air freshener instead of an actual soap. And there were even pictures that went on Twitter how a lot of people would Irish Spring, and I think it's unhealthy way of purchasing stuff. Your right to purchasing is the amount of consumption, because if it's not to be used for its main purpose, then it should purchase at that rate. It shouldn't be consumed at that rate. Yeah, I just controversial opinion on that one. The least is a tweet by at it's at INI ML ng version na boses ni Rufa May para pag savage todo na to go go go. Oh, can you imagine this one? I think it's just right that we end the show on this note. Can you imagine this one? Rufa May is actually as a voice actor for ML or for any other thing at that. Can you imagine Rufa May as a Waze voice or maybe announcement? I think it would be very hilarious. I think a couple of years ago, Mimiya became a voice for Waze, and I think it's such being a personalities online happening. Can you imagine Rufa May being a voice for ML or for any other game? And the idea would on how Filipinos would react to it. And I think I still belong to that generation. I was born in 9 something. So Rufa may become a pop culture fun, but I just remember growing up and seeing her on TV shows and she's very unique, whose voice is really distinct, that when you hear her speak, you know that it's her without actually seeing her. And the tone of her voice is actually uniquely hers. I don't know if anyone has come her in terms of apartment. Yes, I think it's and pillar in or pop culture. You know who I think would be a great Mobile Legends voice actor? It would be Inka Magnaye. Can you imagine how calming and soothing her voice will be while you're in game? Imagine how in the middle of the game, there's just Inka's voice that's there to calm you and give you relief while you're losing the game. Can you imagine how relaxing it is to lose a game because Inka is the voice actor? As long as you don't fall asleep while you're in the game, then I think it would be a great idea. First installment of the new segment on the show called Twitter Finds, such as I did. If you did, then please be plugging my Twitter account. My username is at Bryan Llamado. That's at BRYANLLAMADO. And you can find the link to my account on the description box of this video. Again, that's it, and I'll see you on the next one. That's it for this episode of How to Be Bryan the podcast. If you liked it, then please do not forget to subscribe and follow me on my social media accounts. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Paalam!